Welcome to your Monday Morning Pearl. I'm Steve Keck. Today, we're going to talk about how to make yourself more familiar to your prospects utilizing this simple effect. It's called the Familiarity Effect. It basically works out like this. The more familiar you are with a person, the more authority and time and space you give that person to speak into your life. And the same is true with prospects. How many times have you lost a deal because they had a closer relationship with another person? They were more familiar with them, more familiar with their product, more familiar with their process, and generally chose against you. This is why it's so critical to become familiar to your prospects. Let's talk about 3 things that you can do to build closer proximity and relationship to each of your prospects. First thing is to know your customer. Know what they want. Know what they're looking for. Know what their problems are. Know the areas where they go to find solutions. I'll give you a quick example of how to know your customer. I know someone who builds high-end custom homes for wealthy individuals. So where does she go to meet people? Habitat for Humanity. And you're like, what? How does this relate? She's a building contractor. So what does she do? She goes out and stands next to a CEO of a business and shows them how to frame a house. While she's having a conversation with them, she explains what she does, and they call her, and she builds them a home. Know your customer, know where they are, and know how to reach them. The second thing, understand the difference between face-to-face communication and media communication. Meeting someone on Zoom will not connect you the same way as face-to-face. There is actually a physiological difference. You actually will build familiarity with someone face-to-face in a 3-dimensional communication than you will on a Zoom. So if you've met someone on Zoom and that is the only way to meet them, exercise greater connectivity because it's going to require more to build a better sense of familiarity. And the last thing is enhance the consistency of your brand presence. If you're trying to create a familiar atmosphere around yourself with your prospects, they've got to find you. They need to see you, and they need to see the relevance of why they should connect to you and why they should respond to your email or your phone call. You need to be speaking into your social presence on a regular basis, because what happens is your space will be filled by somebody else who then, when that person decides they need some help, you won't be present and top of mind. And as always, if you need help getting your sales teams to increase their prospecting, reach out to us. We'd love to have a conversation. So find us on our website or one of our social channels.